Yeah, good afternoon. We're having calculus. Calculus, and we are still discussing on differentiation. We are still discussing on differentiation. This is calculus, this is differentiation. So, and uh, we are here to quickly solve a problem, the continuation of our first video or second video. We said example 3, if y is equal to 3x squared plus 5x plus 2, comma, find the y, the x using first principle. Now let's solve this problem. Solution. As you can see, first principle states that y plus change in y is equals to x plus change in x. So this is what first principle says. First principle is a rule from first principle. So coming back to our question, I will say y plus change in y, the rule, equals to the question 3. This x is having a rule of x plus change in x. So I will remove this x and put his rule there. His rule is x plus change in x raised by what? 2, because it's carrying squared. So plus 5 open bracket x plus change in x close bracket, because the 5 too is also having x, so I will replace it with this. It's not having squared, the 5 is not having squared, so I will leave it like that, plus 2. So I will say this is 2 brackets. So I will come, what do we mean by these 2 brackets? X plus change in x raised power 2. It means this bracket should come in 2 places. X plus change in x 1, x plus change in x 2. This is the meaning of when this bracket is carrying 2. It means the bracket should come in 2 places. So by expanding these two brackets, the result will be change in y equals to 3 open bracket. When I expand these two, for this I will be having x squared plus 2x change in x plus change in x squared. So after I expand this is the result, plus 5 open bracket what? X plus change in x plus 2. So I can expand this 3 should expand this 5 should, this 3 to multiply this bracket, this 5 should multiply this bracket, then plus 2. Don't forget the 2 did not have x. So we are to leave this 2 the way it is because it doesn't have x. So I will say y plus change in y equals to 3 times x, 3x squared, plus 3 times 2, 6x change in x, 3 times change in x squared, plus 3 change in x squared, plus 5 times change in 5 times x, 5x, plus 5 times change in x, 5 change in x, plus 2. Can you see? After I expand everything, this is what I have. So I can say that this y to come to the other side as we used to do. So change in y is equals to 3x squared plus 6x change in x plus 3 change in x squared plus 5x plus 5 change in x plus 2 minus y. As you can see, I have bring this y to here now, it has become minus y. So I will now recall that y is equals to the question 3x squared plus 5x plus 2. So I will remove this y, I will write this on there because they said y is equals to this or this is equals to y. So anywhere you are seeing y, replace this with 3x squared plus 5x plus 2. So I will now have change in y equals to 3x squared plus 6x change in x plus 3 change in x squared plus 5x plus 5 change in x plus 2 minus open bracket. Why am I opening bracket? Because I want to remove this y and put this one there. So I'm putting this one there. So I'm having 3x squared plus 5x plus 2. Can you see? I remove the y and replace it. So I will now have change in y equals to 3x squared plus 6x change in x plus 3 change in x squared plus 5x plus 5 change in x plus 2 minus times 3x will give us minus 3x squared minus times 5x will give us minus 5x minus times plus 2 will give us minus 2. I'm using this minus to open this bracket. It will turn to this. So minus 2 can cancel plus 2, minus 5x can cancel plus 5x, minus 3x squared can cancel 3x squared. So I am left with change in y equals to 6x change in x plus 3 change in x squared plus 5 change in x and others. So what can I do in this next step? I will divide both sides by, or I should divide all through by changing x. So by changing x, by changing x, also changing x. So this change in x cancel this change in x, this take away this take away this. So I'll be left with change in y over change in x equals to 6x plus 3 change in x plus 5. Look at it. This is what I am left with. Change in x is still following us. And I need to find a way that this change in x must leave. So what can I do? I can apply limits. I will say change in x should tend to be 0. That is, anywhere I'm seeing change in x, it should be 0. So I will say 6x plus 3, change in x has become 0 now, plus 5. So 6x plus 3 times 0, 0, plus 5. I can now say dx equals to 6x is 0 plus 5 plus 5. Final answer. This is final answer. That is, when you are told to solve this problem using first principle, your final answer will be 6x plus 5. 6x plus 5. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment. You can also ask your questions or drop assignments for us on calculus to solve. Have a nice day.